How's it going? You got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. It's going to be Thursday here pretty soon, so probably by the time I get this out, it will be. So this will be New Brew Thursday. I got one from a Moscow Mule from Left Hand Brewing Company, which I thought because, Michigan kind of looks like your left hand, that it would be out of Michigan. This one's out of Colorado. Who knew? They're supposed to make some pretty good stuff, so it should be pretty decent. Don't forget, you can find me at tubajake_69 on Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Usually I'll post all this stuff up there so that you guys can see it. Check me out. Follow me. Like me. Comment on my stuff. I like that. Tell me your stories. I like that too. Maybe I'll mention you in my next video. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, so anyway, Moscow Mule from Left Hand Brewing Company. Where did I see? Brewed on the banks of the mighty St. Vrain. Brewed and canned by Left Hand Brewing Company, Longmont, Colorado. 5.5% alcohol by volume, 26 IBUs. I generally like Moscow Mules. They're pretty good. The ginger and the lime and the whatever else you put in them. The beers are usually pretty good. I've had some that just felt like my throat was being torn out. There's so much ginger in it, which is pretty good. Really, I like the taste, but man, it was rough. All right, look at that. No head whatsoever. What's that supposed to be? Pale ale. So pale it is. It's kind of cloudy, I think. Yeah, pretty sure, kind of cloudy, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that. You get that a lot when there's wheat in it. I suppose it could be from the ginger, because sometimes that's kind of fibrous. So I suppose that could be a thing. Let's give this a shot. Smells like ginger, a little bit of lime. Tastes like some lime. Not getting a lot of the ginger. Maybe it's just a thing that I gotta get to. Maybe eventually. We'll see. What does this remind me of? Reminds me of Bud Light, actually, a little bit. Bud Light Lime, if you've had it. It's super light. This is not as light as Bud Light Lime, but it tastes it. Yeah, well, okay, so I might be a little bit biased right now. I did just get done drinking a 12% from Oddside Ales, and I'm recording a different thing completely because my recording decided to stop with like 3 minutes left in the show, so had to scrap it and start all over again. So I'm going to be watching a little bit more closely because I can see what's going on here, there. But hopefully it doesn't do that again, because that would stink to have to drink another beer. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be terrible? But yeah, this is pretty good. I could drink a big bunch of these, I think. Almost as thirsty as my sump pump. I don't know if you can hear it. I tried to put something in to make the sound not as soundy. Not as loud, but I can still hear it. I don't know if you guys can or not. Maybe. Who knows? Somebody will tell me. Probably my dad. Is there any other beers this reminds me of? Not really. Most of the other ones that I've had have had a lot more ginger in them than this guy. Like this smells kind of like ginger, but mostly like lime. And it tastes mostly like lime and not like ginger. Do I have a story that goes along with this? I had a friend that did a Moscow Mule, a honeyed, well, it was a mead that was ginger and lime flavored. So they called it a Moscow Mule because Mule is French for honey. And it was pretty good. If you can find it, it's still pretty good, but it's hard to find because, you know, mead is best served fresh, and they've been not in business for quite a while. I might be able to find one. I could possibly have one sitting around still, and it might be gross, or it might be awesome. Most of the gross ones, I've checked the cans to see if they're still pressurized or not. And sometimes they are, and sometimes they aren't, but I've tried to weed out the ones that aren't. But yeah, miss those guys. They did a lot of good stuff at Sellerman's. The last time I was at Sellerman's, my friend was supposed to be starting up or the last time I spoke to the guy that I know from Sellerman's still, he was supposed to be starting up an Irish pub that did some brewing stuff in Clawson, but I don't know if that happened or not because I haven't talked to Tom in years. I like that guy. Last I heard, he was having a kid, and then the pandemic started when they were supposed to be opening. Like, he was like, yeah, sometime 2020 should be opening that Irish pub. And well, 2020, so I don't know if anything opened or not. Tough to say. Bananas. The last beer that I had that I tried to do this with was a hazelnut banana coffee thing, and it just tasted like bananas, just straight up. Like I was eating an old school banana. Like, it doesn't taste like bananas now because those are a little bit more sour, a little bit sweeter. It tasted like banana runts that had been blackened a little bit because it's a stout. Not bad, just I can still taste bananas. But this is good and easy drinking. I always thought the Left Hand Brewing was someplace in Michigan. I've said that before, I know for sure. Just because Michigan is shaped like a left hand. It would make sense, wouldn't it? But apparently it's in Colorado, which I've also said before. Exactly where, too, but on the banks of some river in Longmont, Colorado. This would be really good to drink like outside on a super dry summer day. I'm not even thinking like particularly warm, just that it's dry and it's super sunny. This tastes kind of like late spring, like if it hasn't rained a lot in spring, or like early fall maybe, where it's cool and sunny, maybe a lot windy. That's a possibility. This would be a good one to fly a kite with. For sure, this would be a good beer to fly a kite with. And if you haven't recently, flying kites is a lot of fun. Or like lay down on a hill and drink a beer. This would be a good one for that too. You gotta lay down on the hill because you don't want to be like flat on your back while you're drinking beer because it doesn't go down as well. At least that's what I've found. I'm getting a little bit more ginger here toward the bottom, so I guess that's okay. It's mostly coming out as like a bitter taste at the back end. But it's definitely not rip your throat out ginger, which is probably good actually. I've got a quote for you. It's from Dean Smith. He was a college basketball coach. He said, "If you treat every situation as a life and death matter, you'll die a lot of times." Not everything is life and death. Some things you just got to roll with. Like if your recording stops in the middle of it, just go and get another beer. It'll be fine. Anyway, you can find me at Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. Tell me your stories. I like to know what you're doing. Like, comment, subscribe to my stuff. I like that too. If you've got other people that you like, comment, subscribe to their stuff too, because they like that. They would like to hear from you. Everybody would like to hear from you. If they're putting stuff out, they probably want to know what you think. So yeah, tell your stories. Maybe somebody else will tell them for you if you put them out there. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. You got time for a beer.